Hello internet, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do something a little different. My just a little introduction video mentioned that I love books, and since we're nearing the end of the year with October, I thought I'd start doing book reviews of books that I read in 2016 and really loved. The book I'm going to start with is Sofia Khan is Not Obliged by Ayisha Malik. This book is sort of like Bridget Jones, except the twist is the main protagonist is a Muslim. So it follows 30-something-year-old Sofia Khan, who has just broken up with her boyfriend after they had disagreements about living arrangements after marriage. And she works in a publishing house, and she gets asked by her editor to write a book about Muslim dating. So this book goes over the span of a year, and it follows her journey through crazy dates, different life events, friends' relationship problems, her relationship problems, everything and anything basically that you would expect someone to go through in a year, she goes through. But the twist is that her religion is at the centerfold of her life. It is a massive part of her and how she lives and how her family lives. I actually found this book when I was watching Leena Norms' channel, Just Kiss My Frog, when she mentioned it quite briefly. I think it was a really short video about how much she laughed and she recommended it to anybody. So I picked it up and she was absolutely right. It had me in hysterics. I read it in the park over summer. It's absolutely hilarious. I was belly rolling laughing. It is so addictive that I literally read it in one sitting. One part that Leena mentioned that I thought was going to lose its funny side effect because Leena had already mentioned it, so I was prepared for it. But it really didn't. It makes it so much more funny when you read it in the book in context. It's part of the book where she's on the tube on her way to work and some guy on the tube calls her a terrorist. And she doesn't know how to handle this and she gets very flustered and she almost misses a chance to defend herself, and in the hasty last moments that she has, she literally just turns around to him and yells, "Terrorists don't wear vintage shoes, you wanker." And it's so funny because you can't imagine what you would do in that situation. I would want to cry or punch him or whatever, and she just acts on impulse and yells something so normal. Like, she's just yelling at him about shoes and calling him a wanker and just not caring, and I absolutely loved it. I was hooked. I definitely recommend this if you're looking for like an easy read, something that like isn't too hard hitting, but it does raise a lot of issues that are very relevant in today's political climate. So there are mentions of extremism, there are mentions of the state of the country where her parents originated from, there are mentions of the differences between generations in arranged marriages or marriages of convenience over marriages of love. Even her friendship group has such dynamic different ideas of relationships and how they want to live their life. So it's not, as much as it's fun and it's hilarious and it made me cry and it was very much just a normal girl going through a year of her life, there's also something so relevant about it that makes it so endearing. I also watched a episode of Stupid Questions with Leena where she interviews the author of this novel, and they talk about the actual author's life experience with dating as a Muslim. They talk about different aspects of Islam that many non-Islamic people would not realise, and they talk about the book, and I will link that down below because if you're not sold on the book yet, that should sell you if it's going to be something you will like to read. So yeah, this has been my first favourite of 2016, and I hope you pick it up and you read it and you enjoy it just as much as me. If you've read it, let me know what you thought in the comments. If you haven't read it, go read it, come back and we'll have a nice little discussion about it. I'm sure you'll really love it just like I did. And I will see you next time with another video. Thanks!